born against the stream. It don't matter what race or creed or color. You love this land and you're my brother. That ain't where you know your stand. If you say you can't breathe, I'll show you we can. Ain't never gonna stop believing. We were born for freedom. We're born for freedom. We were born for freedom.
All right, let me start over. Thank you, Bone. All right. Ooh, we're going to have some juicy, interesting conversation about love and relationships and dating and the absolute confusion, total confusion that men and women have with one another. That the more people I talk to, the more confused I am about what men really want, what women really want, what men should be, what women should be, what is masculinity, what is femininity. I'm honestly beginning to just want to throw everything out the fucking window. You know, it seems like the only resource that you can really have when it comes to this stuff is the Bible. And honestly, that's the only one that we really should be listening to. This whole men from Mars, women from Venus, this is what a man is supposed to be. This is the way a woman is supposed to look and act. And it's just getting so confusing because every time I think I'm understanding what's going on, I meet people, I talk to people who are living a happy life that is outside the parameters of what people like Six the Goddess are saying, what people like Kevin Samuels are saying. A lot of it makes sense theoretically, but let's talk about how that plays out in the real world. So I saw that Six had put out a video, and it's a reaction video to a situation that I saw on Instagram. Or yeah, it was Instagram. So if you guys are on Instagram or TikTok, you may have seen this video. You may not have seen this video. I'll describe it, and then we're just going to go ahead and watch it, and then we're going to dissect some of the things that Six is saying and some of the things that in real life I know are not fucking true. Hey, Charlene here from Axe Truth. What's up? What's up, Patriots? I love me some Axe. Hold on. Since you're here, let me go ahead and drop the shirt. I'll put some clothes on for you, for Axe. What's up, Patriots? Here we go. All right. You know I love me some Axe Truth. You know I love me some Axe Truth. Gotta get it up over the titties. All right. I feel like the more I try to learn about relationships, the more confused I am, the more circular. Mew, can't say, but good to see you. Keep up the good work. Thank you. The more we talk about it, the more confusing it is. All right. Six wrote this book called Reclaiming Your Femininity. And I bought the book. I read the book. It was a fantastic book. It's what really triggered me to try to understand myself better and understand why I am the way I am and the person that I need to be, and what's working for me, what's not working for me in terms of dating. I can't say, oh, I love me. I love my ex. I can't say that any of it's really been working for me because I'm not getting dates. People aren't asking me out. I have said it this last couple weeks. This year, 2022, this is Sadie Hawkins. So I'm just fucking going for it, right? Because apparently men are scared to ask women on dates because now it's sexual harassment. But yeah, so I'm just going for it. And I am who I am. I am what I am. I do have a masculine, competitive, alpha personality, and I can't change it. All I can do is soften it, but I can't change it. Okay, that's not going to happen. Hello, Empress Janet. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, Sarah, I love you. Thank you, sweetie. I love you. And you're a beautiful girl, too. You're absolutely a beautiful girl. I really want to see you again. I miss you, Sarah. I do. I miss you a lot. Being super, super feminine, being June Cleaver, is it what alpha males want? Apparently it is. Okay. But then I think to myself, you know what? We don't live in that fucking world anymore. Okay. Some of us have to work. Some of us have gained some weight that we can't fucking lose. Some of us have been really beaten down by broken heart and soul ties and romances that didn't work out. And we need to be in therapy for it. So at least I'm in therapy for it. And I had a really good session with my therapist this morning about a trigger that I haven't been able to get over since Florida Guy, which was almost a year and a half ago. So I'm working through it, and I'm seeing what I did wrong, and I'm seeing the realities of being someone who hasn't done the work or hasn't completed doing the work. And now, you can potentially lose a really good partner because you're fucking insecure or nervous or you're having anxiety issues or whatever it is during the relationship, which was what was happening with me and Florida Guy. Like, he was fucking perfect. I thought I was perfect for him, but I couldn't open up. I couldn't be vulnerable. I did what I thought men wanted, but then this particular man wanted something else. Like, I tried to be the feed me, fuck me, shut the fuck up girlfriend, but that's not what he wanted because he's a different type of individual. Okay. So not all men are the same. Not all women are the same. As amazing and beautiful and physically perfect as Six is, as educated as she is, as smart and intelligent as she is, the woman is 32 years old and she's not married. So she's giving a lot of advice about what women should be, but she's not fucking married. So I'm at the point where I don't even know if I should be listening to her channel anymore. But like I said, I came across this video today and I really liked it. Hey, I'm streaming on TikTok too, guys. If you go to my YouTube channel if you want to watch the video, okay? So there was this situation that happened on Instagram where this I don't know if I would call her obese, but definitely a plus size girl. She did thick, country thick, not LA thick like me. I mean country thick. Okay, that's two. There's two different types of thick. There's city thick and country thick. All right, she's country thick. I'm city thick. All right. She had posted this video that someone else took of her talking to this guy, and she said that she lost his number and she wanted to get in contact with him. So it could have been a beautiful love story. But the guy turned out to be married. Okay. And the man's wife ended up contacting the girl and was like, hey, leave the video up. I know how my man does. I know he's a flirt. I know what he does. Like, leave the video up. Okay. So it's a very interesting situation. It's kind of funny. It's happened to me. I swear it's happened at least twice in my life where I was seeing a guy, didn't know he had a chick. My phone number gets found in his phone. She calls me. We discuss everything, and then me and her end up being friends. It's happened like twice in my life. Okay. One of whom I'm still friends with to this day. She's not with the dude, and obviously I'm not, but it'd be like that sometimes. That's life. Okay. Weird shit happens because people do weird shit. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and watch this, but I want you guys to keep in mind, as smart as Six is, she is not fucking married. As beautiful as she is, as physically perfect as she is not fucking married. So maybe she doesn't know as much as she thinks she does. Now, one thing I really respect about Six, and one thing about her that I feel resonates with me, it's kind of a parallel. She was a barber for many years. So she worked in a male-dominated industry. Her clients were male. She has heard every locker room conversation that men have. She understands men. Same thing with me. I've worked in a male-dominated industry. I've heard every locker room conversation that there is to hear. I know to some degree what men are thinking at some times. But again, you also have to assess the quality of these men and what type of men these are. So I'm just going to jump right into it. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch the video. We're going to watch her critique, and we're going to dissect some of the points that she has. So you on TikTok, if you want to see what I'm talking about, go to my YouTube channel. My link is in the bio. Click on the link tree. Click the very first link, which is my main YouTube channel, and I'm live streaming over there. Share. All right.
Peace and love, family. It's your girl, Six the Goddess. And
Black
keep in mind,
Barbie.
I'm a goddess and I'm sensitive about my shit. So today's video is going to be about why it is so unnecessary and so potentially damaging for a woman to hunt a man, as we are not the hunters. So in order to illustrate today's lesson, we are going to use a young woman.
Yeah, but again, this is the problem, okay? This is the problem. Six is so physically perfect, she's unapproachable by most men, okay? She's fucking unapproachable. 99% of the men walking around that are single are not going to talk to her. They're not. They're going to assume audio is too loud. I'll turn my mic off and we'll see if that fixes it. They're going to assume that she's already taken. They're going to assume that she already has some high value man in her life. They're going to assume that whatever they do for a living is not going to be good enough for her. And that this, I don't know if Six currently has a boyfriend, but let's not forget, even Kevin Samuels doesn't want her. I personally think her and Kevin Samuels would be such a fucking perfect couple. And I saw a picture of them. I don't know if they went out on a date or if they just took a picture together, but even he doesn't want her. So what does that tell you about Six? I don't know. I don't know her personally. I would love to know her personally, but I don't. I've made reaction videos to other videos of her. She's never written me back. She's never responded. She is one of them hotep chicks, So I don't know.
Who apparently met a man on a beach, and the man I guess, got her information, but never contacted her. And in her mind, she had met her husband, a man of her dreams. And she went to TikTok. She went to the internet for society to help her hunt the man down. If you have to hunt a man down, it means he does not want to be found. And it is very dangerous for women to hunt men. And she is going to go ahead and give us the perfect.
Again, that's not what the men are saying. The men are saying they want to be approached.
Okay? So let's go ahead and, without further ado, let's first check out the video.
Did find him. And before I give that update, here's some background. I was in Miami looking all good in the ocean, and my friend was taking pics of me. When he came up to me and he introduced himself, my friend thought he was bold, so she kept recording. After we got out the ocean, he did give me his number, but I was lit, and I thought I saved it, but I didn't. So the update is that he is indeed married, and I won't be reaching out to him. His wife did request that I leave my post up, as you can see in this clip. And all I have to say is, ladies, don't believe in fairy tales. You may go viral.
All right, what's up, guys?
Okay, so let's stop that right there. So, correction. She got his number, which that should have been red flag, red flag, red flag number one. Okay, that should have been the first sign, dear, that something was going on. Okay, I also want to make this comment. I've said this once and I'll say it again. Ladies, until you get your weight to a healthy weight, do not date and do not have sex. The root of so many of your issues will be the way you look. Oh, I'm tired of these men. All they want to do is have sex. A man will invest in you as much as you invest in yourself. When a man sees a woman who allows herself to be let go and get larger than she should, when they're in the hunter mode, when they're like he was on vacation, married, and looking for some quick ass, they're going to go for who looks like they have low self-esteem. They're going to say who looks like the easy target. Men like this guy here are always going to go for the easiest, most convenient puss, especially when they are on holiday. So when ladies come and air their grievances about men and they're not protecting me and they don't want to spend no money and all they want to do is have sex, my dear, it's because you're large. Now, before you guys get in my comments with your thumbs all fast and breathing hard, is this to say that slender women or women with a healthy weight do not experience any issues with men? My God, let's be rational here. No, that's not what it's saying. But what it is saying, you can guarantee without a doubt, okay, if you're looking at your probability where it's going to be the best, you being a healthy, nice shape, nice weight is going to always yield you a better return than if you are overweight and out of shape, period. And so look at what he knew. Whoever this guy is, he does this all.
Sorry, so this is where I'm gonna have to possibly correct her. Okay, there are so many men that will not date someone who looks like her. Okay, because she screams high maintenance. She screams 2 hours to get ready every day. She screams, I'm not going to pay for anything. She screams, I don't want to work. Okay. And in the modern society that we're living in, at the age of 32 or 33 or however old she is right now, as beautiful as she is, as perfect as she is, even Kevin Samuels don't want her. So maybe this whole feminine thing that she's promoting, I'm not saying it's wrong. I want to be more feminine. I want to look like her. Like I do. She's perfect. Black Barbie, but is it working for her? Because I know plenty of women who are overweight or slightly overweight, or in this case, you know, country thick. They have boyfriends. They're in committed relationships, and they were fat or overweight when they met their man. Okay. The other thing that I hear men say a lot, as much as they talk about women's weight and shit like that, you'll see a hot, sexy, perfect dude with like a beat up dump truck, like my roommate, fucking dump truck. Her man is so hot. She's such a fucking dump truck. Why are they together? Maybe it's because she doesn't take 2 hours to get ready. Maybe it's because she's a set it and forget it type of chick. Maybe it's because, you know, she eats what she wants and she's comfortable in her skin. I wouldn't be comfortable looking like her, but she's comfortable looking like her. And and her man is fucking gorgeous, and they're engaged. Okay? And I hear men say it all the time, you know, for the vixens in the world, it's too much work. It's too much work to keep up with that shit. It's too hard to constantly be trying to please and impress a woman who is like this, a woman who is so superficial. I'm just saying. Ludwig says that hair, makeup, fake nails, all negative. Agreed. Almost every man that I meet tells me that I'm more beautiful without makeup. Skin all fucked up, acne. Every man that I have ever met has told me they like me without makeup. Okay. 6 will never be caught dead without makeup. I mean, she's one of those women who wears makeup every fucking day. She's done up every fucking day. A lot of regular dudes don't want that shit. So in a certain way, she's kind of leaning women in the wrong direction, if you ask me.
All the time. He is a professional predator. He knows how to pick the girl that's meh, you know, kind of out of shape, because he knows men are not checking for her like that. So he knows that's the one I'm going to go for when I'm looking for a quick, you know, wham, bam, shabam. So ladies, until you get to your best self physically, it's best to just not even be seeking and looking out, because look at Shorty. Shorty's like, oh, I found the man of my dreams. One man comes and gives you a hug in the ocean, and you're like, oh, it's a fairy tale. And when you're in that form, dating, ironically, dating when you are a size like this, dating when you are out of shape, ironically, is like starving. And when you're starving, somebody could give you a nasty ass McChicken, and it's going to taste like a steak to you because you're starved. So when you are a woman who is large, as men are visual creatures and enjoy looking at women who are aesthetically pleasing, when you are large, so men are not fairy tailing you, they're not being super romantic. It's just not happening unless he is a homosexual.
I will say this. I was looking at pictures of myself from about 5-6 years ago, even looking at pictures of myself before COVID. Now, when I was doing CrossFit, when I was in the best shape that I've ever been in, when I was running Spartan races, when I was eating paleo, strictly paleo, when I was at my physical best, I was also extremely depressed. Okay. And during that time, I was getting used by men the most. Okay. So don't sit here and tell me that because you got a little weight on you that you shouldn't be going on fucking dates. Because when I was almost as hot as, 6 is now, I was getting treated like shit. Okay. And I think it doesn't come from your physical being. It comes from your self-perception. So I have body dysmorphia, right? So I was super depressed. I was brokenhearted over my daughter. I was separated from my daughter. I was sleeping in my car. I was working all these fucking hours. I was just so fucking depressed. That's when I was attracting men who treated me like shit. And it didn't matter that I had a 6-pack. It didn't matter that my fucking biceps were like fucking cut. It didn't matter that my hair was longer than it is now. It didn't matter that my skin was clearer than it is now. I was being treated like shit because of my emotional vibration that I was putting out. Okay. I was just as dusty and thirsty back then. I was more dusty and thirsty back then than I am now. So maybe she's wrong. Just saying. We're just having a fun, friendly discussion. We're just talking about concepts here, but let's listen to what she has to say.
And he needs a sign if I can't other. So for her, a man simply saying, hey, giving her a little hug was like, oh, I've met my husband. So ladies, until you get to your best self, and it goes the same with men. They tell men all the time, don't date until you get your money right, right? And they tell men, don't date until you get your money right, because you won't be able to get the woman that you want. You won't get the response that you want. So if that is the case for men, do we think that we are exempt, that we would not have something equally that we would need to have in order before we date in order to get the best results? So ladies, like, men need to have their money right. We got to have our looks right before you even go looking, because all you're going to run into is men that just want easy puss. And you're also going to run into men who are more than likely not financially well off. Because men that are financially well off do not want to bring big or out of shape women into their circles because it makes them appear broke. And men are not working hard in order to just waste it all on bringing a woman in who will discredit his finances. So this is why I tell you, ladies, I don't care how hard it may be to hear. If you are big, if you are out of shape, just stay out the dating game and close your legs until you get yourself to your best potential physically. Okay.
And once again, 6 is not married. Black Barbie is not married. But I know plenty of big girls that are in very committed relationships. 6 is not married, guys. So take everything she says with a grain of salt, because the stripper body and the fake tits and the being 6 feet tall and the supermodel thing ain't fucking working for her either. Just saying.
So if a man says, let's take a quiz. If a man says, take my number, call me, what do? No, because he's testing you. He wants to see how easy is this going to be. Okay, because bad bitches are not out here getting no man phone number and calling him. Matter of fact, if he tells you to take his number, it tells you right there what he thinks about you. Okay, we have to start paying attention as women. Men are not going to come up to you and say, hey, I'm married, but I'm on vacation. I'm looking for some quick ass. And you look like you have low self-esteem. So, sweetie, what's up? They're not going to say that. But in a woman's mind, we really walk around thinking that that is what's going to happen. They will finesse you as much as you allow them to. So red flag number 1, he gave her the number. That was a test.
Hey, mama.
He knew, okay, we on vacation. If I give her the number and she call me, that means she's definitely for sure. Okay. So her mind, she thinking fairy tale. In his mind, he thinking, meh, listen, I'm trying to, wham, bam, thank you, man. Men are hunters, ladies. Men are hunters. Today, we really think we can play God and we can go ahead and switch around natural order. Anytime you switch around.
Okay. The hunters are already married. Okay. The hunters are already married, and the dudes that are single are scared to death to approach women these days. They are. All right. So I've been sitting back and waiting for men to ask me on dates for the last decade and a half. All right. And it's not working either. So now I'm going to just do what the fuck I want. And like I said, 2022, Sadie Hawkins, ladies, we're asking the boys on dates. We're asking them on dates. And that's just what we're going to do, because they have been put in a position where saying hello is now sexual harassment. Okay. So because their hands have been tied, we now need to step up to the plate and go get what we want. So, by the way, I have a date Valentine's weekend. Yeah. I have a date Valentine's weekend. So how about that?
Around natural order. I have yet to see that end well. If that man wants you, ladies, let me tell you something. If a man wants you, he will find a way to get you, come hell or high water. If a man wants you, nothing will stop him. I promise you.
Where your man at though?
Where your
man sits? Where your man? Where your man? Where your man? Where your man at?
Like it, he wants you when he try to find you.
Where your man
ladies,
at?
A lot of times, if you meet a man and you feel the connection, you this, and he don't bite, 98% of the time, that means he got a woman already. I'm going to keep it real with you. If a man wants you, he go after you. If he don't go after you, normally it's for a very good reason. Because a lot of women think because a man has a woman, that means he won't look or he won't flirt, but they will. They will. The man's married, not dead. He's still a man. They still want to look. They still want to. But if the man pull back and don't bite, most of the time, ladies, it means he's involved. And then he's testing you. He's gonna fall back. And if your thirsty ass push forward, he gonna say, got her.
Now this is true. Okay. When I say we're doing Sadie Hawkins this year, I mean we're going to just open the door of conversation and interest. I don't mean we're chasing while being ghosted, or we're chasing after we've been disrespected. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if the men are too afraid to say hello, then that means we say hello. If the men are not asking us on dates, that means we drop the handkerchief and then start the conversation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything about being thirsty and continuing to call if he's not responding, or, when those texts become less and less frequent that we need to chase. I didn't say any of that. I'm just talking about dropping the handkerchief, which is a tried and true principle. Okay. It's a tried and true method. Okay. Women have been doing it for centuries. There's nothing wrong with that. 6 is telling women to just sit back and wait for somebody to come talk to you. Well, when you look like you cost $100,000 a year to date you, who's going to talk to you? Kevin Samuels don't want you. Even he don't want you, girl. Well, Kevin Samuels is suspect, but just saying. What's up, Texan?
So even if I have a girl, this chick is desperate, she thirsty, it'll be easy puss. Because he has puss at home. So he's not like a single man who is actively thirsting and panhandling for puss. He has puss at home. Now, the way the man might work is, man, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if she want to give it to me, I'll take it. So they pull away to test your level of thirst. So in her mind, she met Prince Charming, and this is what was going through his mind. So let's go ahead and look at what his response is. So it ends up coming out that he's married. She posted on TikTok, they find a guy, it's a married guy. His wife is clearly no stranger to his dog-like behavior, because the wife hit the girl up and was like, hey, leave the video up because he's gonna lie. So this is not the wife's first rodeo, okay? She know her man. She know exactly what this fool had going on. So the wife was like, sweetie, leave it up because he gonna try to lie. In the video, he clearly was flirting with this woman. He was touching this woman. And did y'all notice he wasn't wearing his wedding ring? But now watch this video. Suddenly, the wedding ring appears. Now, what we're about to witness right now is about to be...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Uh-oh. What did I do?
He was touching this woman, and did y'all notice he wasn't wearing his wedding ring? But now watch this video. Suddenly, the wedding ring appears. Now, what we're about to witness right now is about to be mansplaining. Now, I want to say this before I play this video. Let me say this first. Contrary to popular belief, men actually have very strong moral codes. Now,
Okay.
just let me do this for a second. I know y'all thinking, these niggas ain't shit. No, they don't. Yes, they do. Okay? Men have very strong moral codes. What if I told you men don't like doing wrong? Men don't like doing wrong. Now, why is this? Because the natural order, the natural instinct of a man is to protect. So if God created the man to protect, then you better believe God created that man with a strong moral compass, because he's going to need that to discern when it's time to sacrifice potentially himself to protect. So since men have a very strong moral compass and do not like to break rules, do not like to hurt,
Bullshit.
do not like to do wrong things.
Okay.
They do a mansplain, which is where they rationalize the wrongdoing in their mind in order to make it stomachable. So this is why, as women, you have to know your power as a woman.
Go to my YouTube
and
channel.
Why God created us with a
Your wife
different
was just
level
in here.
of emotional intelligence. So that way, when a male is attempting to manipulate you, God equipped you to hit him with the... So many times as women, you know good and well what this fool had going on. But as women, sometimes we want to believe the lies. Them red flags be looking like 6 flags. Sometimes, sis, God fully equipped you to see through that bullshit. This is why I don't allow women to cry and play victims, because you knew. Oh, you knew. Okay. It would be the equivalent of a woman going to a man like, come on, let's arm wrestle. Would a man sit and take you seriously? Honey, I'm not arm wrestle you. All right. Let me let you win so you feel special. Okay. No matter how much you think and all your might, you can beat that man arm wrestling. He knows, honey, I'm stronger than you, honey. I don't care about that. Have y'all ever tried to put your hands on a man and he just grab you and you are immediately paralyzed? He's like, sweetie, boo. Okay, I don't care what you thought this was, baby girl, please. You're not stronger than me. We as women need to start developing this same mindset when a man tries to beat you mentally, when he tries to manipulate you. Okay, so now we are going to see, this is beautiful being footage. This right here is about to be golden. We are about to see, this is the perfect example of why you should not argue with a man or go back and forth with no man when you and him both know he wrong. Most males are not going to say, you know what, yet, because they do not, it really bothers them when they hurt and when they cause pain, contrary to popular belief. So let's go ahead and watch him rationalize what he did, because he's unable to accept the amount of pain and embarrassment he's caused. Let's watch.
All right. So who in that concern? This is the bald-haired beard guy that's in the video next to Cheetah Print that's floating around. And I wasn't gonna comment to anything, honestly, because I know the truth, everything that happened, but little Miss Cheetah is really trying to run off this clout that she got from completely capping. So it's time for the truth. Now, I'll keep this short. Ma'am, we did meet in Miami. We had a 5-minute convo, about 5, 6, 7 minutes, 7 at the most. 5 months ago, have not talked, came in contact, none of that. Text, right? Nothing. I didn't even know your name until all of this like transpired and you sent this crazy video. You know, again, 5-minute convo 5 months ago in 2021, August. It is January 2022, and you want to find the guy that you made a connection with in 5 minutes. Weird. But to break something down, now the video you made, you definitely edited and sliced it in a good way to depict whatever the hell you trying to prove or say, whatever. But some of the stuff you said, well, one thing you said was right. I did come up to you, you know. I did come up to you. You know, I was already enjoying myself in the ocean, you know, basking in God's blessings upon me as the sun shine upon my bald head. Down to the water. You was like a couple feet next to me, or a couple feet away from me, whatever. You know, you take a picture with your girl, I guess your girl was taking a picture.
Let's just pause that real quick. All right. Are you ladies paying attention? Are y'all paying attention to what is going on here? Now, so far, he's been talking for a few minutes and hasn't said anything. All right. Now, what's so interesting is the way he looks at it versus the way she looks at it. She look at it, fairy tales, help me find him. It's meant to be. It's the love of my life. He's like, we had a 5-minute conversation. You edited that video and I don't know you, but I don't know. This is so embarrassing. So now, in order again to escape what he has done, now do you notice how he's trying to make himself seem more grand? As the sun shone upon my bald head. I hope y'all not out here arguing men like this. It's a waste of time. Anyway, we're gonna watch a little bit more and then we got to get up out of here because I don't know what he's talking about, dear.
You know, I'm in my I'm talking like, ooh, like on a photo shoot, Miami, you know, walked over to you, introduce yourself, have my hand out, you know, I'm a gentleman, having fun, grab my mouth to you, you know, nothing serious, definitely did the double high five that you interlock the little fingers with, which off rip, a little very different. But you know, whatever. I'm cool, let's go. Definitely have real vibes. But you know, yeah. Still chopping up with you, you know. Your girl was like, hey, I think one of your girls, hey, you want to get a photo? Want to get a photo? Like, yeah, whatever. Come on, Miami. Come on. You know, hey, Miami, hey, have fun. You know, having fun. Nothing serious. That's why the hug, so-called hug, friendly little hug. Because if I was really trying to get on, and cheat, it would have been something.
All right. So, Lord, he's so full of it that my internet just gave out on him, Lord. Okay. The internet connection just said, you know what? We're out of here. Okay. We cannot listen to this any further. We're gone. Moral of the story, if a man wants you, he'll come get you. Be your best self before you go looking for love, because this is what you will run into. Do not ever make something bigger than what a man makes it. Understand that if you have to get his number and post on the internet and thirst this way, understand nothing good is coming from it. Understand that, again, men do not like to hurt you. They do not like to say when they're wrong. They do not like to kind of bear the weight of causing pain. So this is what you will get.
Bullshit.
All right. Now imagine how much differently if that would have went if sis said, you know what, right now I don't need to be dating. I don't need to be looking for love. Let me mind my business. This all could have been avoided if he would have came up to her and she would have been like, excuse me, I don't know you. Okay. First of all, stranger danger. Do not allow a man to touch you upon initial contact. Because again, these are tests. You want to see, can I touch her? She let me touch her. She'll let me just touch her somewhere else. Let me give her my number. Let me see if she'll call me. If she call me, I know it's something else. Ladies, we have got to be in our feminine energy. Let things be what they are. Let yourself be hunted, not the hunter.
All right, that's enough. That's enough of 6. Okay. Once again, this beautiful feminine woman who calls herself a goddess, who takes 2 hours to get ready every day, who is physically perfect in every fucking way, is not married. And that is the end of that story. But, you know, she does make some points. So we did have someone jump in. So let's go ahead and add Miss Empress. I will unmute your mic. Welcome. It's nice to have you here. We have someone here from an Axe Truth fan. Happy you're here.
Oh, thank you. I'm actually not. I don't know who Axe Truth is.
I guess that was someone else. Sorry.
No, I'm not really sure how I got to your channel, but I did subscribe. Somebody pushed it out there. I want to say Gotti, maybe Bullets Gotti.
Oh, he's been with me for a long time. Yeah, he's great.
Awesome. So yeah, that's kind of, I got it from that, and I just been listening and following. I wanted to turn on my camera. I'm from Pennsylvania. So I'm not in the best look of, looking to be on camera, darlings. But the reason I came up is you were so involved in the video. I kind of was feeling the empathy that you were saying. I think a lot of times we try and then we try again, but it's kind of like, if you don't like me in the sweatpants, you don't like me with my bun all crazy, I'm actually single by choice, darling. But I learned that I wanted to have a different outlook on this love thing. And, so it kind of touched me when you were saying, like, she looked Barbie-ish. Yes, she did. But she does that every day. So when does she get a break from actually, looking the Barbie way and not kind of being yourself? And I found that to get a good guy or a good relationship, you got to take him for what he's worth, but he's got to take you for what you're worth as well. So, yeah. So can you look in the back? I'm sorry. It's just easier if I talk back here. So I wouldn't advise it, darling, just safety reasons. My community has built up a lot of people. She's from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Sky, it's kind of past your bedtime, darling. I know you want to talk to Empress Janet, but I'm actually at someone's show, sweetheart. So I shared your post on my community wall. So forgive me if if people come in.
You want to bring her? You want to introduce her? I'll bring her in.
Yeah. Hi, Sky. So, Sky's from the UK, and Red Pill. A lot of people don't understand that a lot of people have disabilities out here. And as a content creator, we do kind of have to cater to the crowd. I've allowed her in my community. So as I know that she may come over here and listen to you, darling, just please, as sister to sister, I'm like her mama, internet mama, if that makes sense, so you know what I'm saying. We want to keep it to where, like, if you don't want her on the panel, just please explain. She's just very innocent, and a lot of people corrupt that innocence out here. So Sky, you technically should be in bed, and your sister doesn't want you on the internet, sweetie. Okay. So
Well, if you don't want her to be corrupted, definitely don't listen to Red Pill Radio.
so
I am the breaker of chains, but I have to explain what the chains are, and that's the ugly part of life. I talk about the ugly part of life a lot. That's what I'm here to do, is to try to help people get through all kinds of stuff. And the things that I talk about I'm not graphic and I'm not vulgar per se, but I'm definitely not I'm not a role model.
Well, thank you for being honest. I didn't think I was a role model on YouTube either, but I'm old school, so I am my brother's keeper. Sky, you're not allowed on there, sweetheart. So let's go back to the chat room, okay? Empress Janet loves you dearly, and you know that I have to tell you, okay? So please go back to the chat room and listen. And technically, you should be in bed. She's from the UK. She's 5 hours ahead of us. So,
well, thanks for being here, Sky. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram, I'll put the link up. My content is a little bit more. My content on Instagram is less harsh.
okay.
Instagram is my personal page, so maybe start there. But thank you for being here, and I'm going to go ahead and remove you. So good night, sweetheart.
Good night, darling. Thank you, sister. I'm trying to hold myself in a different way. I've only been out here for a year. I just got my channel monetized, and I've seen a lot of evil stuff. So I'm trying to combat it with just the way I would want someone to do for me. She has an 8th chromosome disease. So she is 24 years old, but she may speak like on a 15 level.
Mm-hmm.
So I make content on my show that she's allowed in my community, and we welcome it. But trying to get her to go to different channels than the UK ones that are banging and very destructive for the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for allowing me to be honest with her. Because if she ever comes up Monday through Friday, she's at her nan's. She's allowed to talk. She tries to come on the weekend when she's with her sister, but safety reason, the sister doesn't want her out here. So thank you for allowing me to do the right thing.
I was in Best Buddies in high school, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And young women, young people like that get taken advantage of very easily. I was also instructional assistant in special ed in Santa Monica Unified School District for 2 years. So
Awesome. Thank
I
you.
got you.
Thank you. I was going to say, thank you, Bo. Thank you. Because
I get you.
yeah,
I don't discriminate either. Everyone's welcome here.
Right.
Except for liberals.
Oh.
Just kidding.
I got called one time. I was like, oh my God. But the person was a conservative. So I don't know where I lie, darling. I do apologize. I actually love to listen. I love to learn. So I want to understand. I didn't know about the red pill, black pill, blue pill thing out in the YouTube world. I didn't know about the clicking and the ganging. So
okay. Well,
and I was a libtard or something because I believe in, equality, but I like to hear what people believe in, because what I might believe in, I don't feel like I'm affecting people by my belief. I'm allowing people to be themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't like labels, not really in the gangs, because you might believe something that I could respect and I could actually use.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if somebody, like you're saying, the libs, if they're doing something, maybe you learn that's not what you do, so you gotta have to look at it on three-dimensional in this world. That's another reason why I came up to speak with you, because you were stating like it's harder to date in this time. And you were stating that people get emotional when they first meet that person. And I just wanted to really tell you thank you for that, because with the new change on online dating or meeting someone in the real world, I feel like I don't have the nerves for it anymore. I feel like I'm really kind of giving up on it, because it's like they want that Barbie woman. I'm old.
No, but I'm telling you that they don't. I talk to a lot of men, and despite what Kevin Samuel says, in the real world, okay, fat women are getting commitments all the time.
Correct.
Fat women, ugly women, dump trucks like the one that lives in the next room next to me, they are getting banging hot guys. They are getting commitments. So why is that? Maybe Black Barbie has something about her that is unattractive on an interpersonal level. Okay. So even though we have the manosphere telling us that we got to look and be a certain way, the truth is, if you look at their fucking wives, their wives are dump trucks too. Okay.
Okay.
Same thing with the yellow jackets, okay? A certain men's fraternity that I have close associations with. These are all alpha males, but their wives and girlfriends yell at them all the time. Their wives and girlfriends are not fucking June cleavers. So they're advocating for manhood and masculinity, but in the real world, they know that there is a certain compromise that needs to happen, because okay, not it's just not like that. It's just not like that. Okay, and the thing is, if these high dollar, six figure, six pack, 6 feet tall men, they have the pick of the litter. Okay, and it doesn't matter how pretty you are. It doesn't even matter how submissive you are. Everyone is fucking different. Okay, my Florida guy that I was in love with, he was a six-figure man and he was 6 feet tall, and I had no idea why he liked me other than my passion for my country, because he was also a conservative. So I don't know why he liked me. I tried to be the feed me, fuck me, shut the fuck up girlfriend, but he was a little bit more emotional than that, and he needed more emotion from me. So I fucked that whole thing up. I fucked up that whole relationship because I wasn't giving enough emotion. I was being too submissive. I was being too fucking quiet, and he didn't want that. He wanted something else. I still to this day don't understand what it was that he needed. But I wasn't giving it to him, but I was playing the role. I was doing what the MGTOWs told me to do. I was doing what
Maybe
the
right
manosphere
there.
fucking told me to do.
I heard of that MGTOW group, darling. I don't know if they were giving out good advice. I'm just saying.
They're not. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I think they all fucking need therapy. And the moral of the story is that we all fucking need therapy.
I
Okay.
agree.
I'm in therapy right now to talk about these things with someone who is a professional licensed doctor who has dealt with my personality type. She knows what I'm talking about. She's very good with people with trauma. She's very good at dealing with grief. She's very good at dealing with BPD. She's very good at helping me bring who I am to the surface so I can deal with it. Okay. And until everybody goes through that process, nobody should be dating. And honestly, for Six the Goddess to sit here and say that you're not allowed to date because you're not in the best shape, well, then why are fat women getting married? Because you do know there is a plus size section at the bridal shop, right? We do know that. And why is she not married?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. I always wonder that why people
is
give
she
out
not
advice
married?
when they're not married as well. Yeah, that's a true point. And people get mad at me. Like I said, I choose to be single right now because I'm going to take this journey and find self for the reasons that you kind of said. Mine was not emotionally attached, but also I had an open relationship, and I'll never do that again. So
Yeah.
I have to heal from that and understanding, because I don't think I put my worth, you know. I wanted something out of it, so I was okay with it at that time. But then, like you said, I'm not your gopher. I'm really not. You can't talk to me any type of way. I want the same respect I'm giving you.
Right.
I don't think that a woman should be in a kitchen cooking and just that's all. You know, we have a lot of talents that we could bring together. So like I never want to change a man. I used to want to change them and hope that they get better, you know, but having two
That's
husbands, darling.
codependency. That's codependency. And I'm glad you got through that and you're not
Thank you.
codependent anymore.
Yes, correct. 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 And
Either-
that's why in, you know, this relationship, well, a new one that I would incur on, I want to not take those injuries to the next one because
Absolutely.
of that. Yeah.
And that is the moral of the story, is for us not to take our injuries to the next person, not keep repeating the same patterns, to
Correct.
be natural, to be authentic, to be, I mean, like, it's ridiculous the amount of men that I know that are saying, "Oh, I like stretch marks. I like fupa." I'm like, "What? Then what the fuck was I spending all that time and money in CrossFit for?" You
Right.
know?
Right.
Like,
Right.
you're just now telling me you like fupa?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Where were you when I needed you?
True. True.
So I mean, it's, you know, all these guys, they're like, "Oh, all we want is for a woman to be our peace. You know, just be our peace." Well,
Okay.
here's the other thing. Are you a peaceful man?
Okay.
Are you a peaceful man, or do you like to stir shit up? Do you like to poke? Do you
Right.
like to prod? Do you like to make disrespectful jokes? Because I can't be peaceful. I can't be submissive to someone who's also not peaceful. If I'm peaceful every day and I am paying money to a licensed therapist to help teach me how to be peaceful at all times,
Correct.
to be logical, to be in control of my emotions, to
There we go.
express myself in healthier ways. Are
Right.
you doing that?
Right.
Because if you're not, then no woman is ever going to be your peace, because you're not at peace either.
Correct. And then what does that do on your emotional state when you have to keep, you know, like you said, validating it for them? I'm a likable person. I'm a get along person. I actually want to open up, like you said, more emotionally on that. But those injuries from the past wouldn't allow me. So if I don't trust you, can we build trust? You know, are you loyal? Can you show that? Like, there's just a lot. And then with the internet world, because we're basically colliding right now. You're from another state. Obviously, I am as well. So we're colliding. And when you're out here, someone said to me, it's not the physical. You can learn them emotionally and the mental part of caring for someone. But if their mental state isn't well, then yeah, because like you said, you're paying for it. I've been through it. I've paid for it. Actually doing it kind of myself. I don't have a degree in the actual, you know, event of talking to people about, you know, the professional way, but I have a degree in expressing myself and allowing my voice or my story to matter. So I appreciate you sharing that you're actually using therapy as a way to work on your emotions and feelings and balance yourself as a woman. You're a very beautiful woman. And I do like when you talk because, you know, I didn't know you were conservatives, which is even better because we love everybody in our community. I'm a universal woman. I'm a free spirited woman. Sometimes they say it's like hippie like, but I like to learn how to do better. And I think as women, we live off of our emotion and then we're not allowing, you know, the true feeling come out on how you're dealing. Oh no, that's right. See, and people got mad at me because I was raised in a Republican home, grew up Democrat, you know, and then basically lost a lot of people when I voted for Trump. So
Mhm.
I learned, but I didn't know, like you said, there's always a gang. I didn't know that that would be the risk for your life. I thought we were to do better. And when I say we make each other great, that's kind of what I do in my community. Red Pill, we embrace and acknowledge everybody's talents and allow people's voices to matter, even if
Mhm.
you don't agree. I mean, because some of us say Trump for 2024 and then they're ready to leave the channel. They're like, we don't like you. But if you don't like it, I'm the type of person that wants to know why. So,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
I can hear.
Let's address I'm a very I have, and again, when I say that I'm masculine, like they say that women are super emotional and men are super logical. Well, I am my father's daughter. My daughter, both of my parents work in education. I grew up reading books. I grew up with computers. I grew up with surround sound systems. Like my father was a jet engine mechanic. So when it comes to like technical things, quantifiable things, measurable things, I thrive in talking about that. And I'm the same way. Okay, you hate Trump. Okay, tell me why. You
Right,
love Joe Biden. Okay, tell me why.
right.
And then I'll tell you, and then I'll give you the receipts as to why I disagree with your opinion. My receipts will be factual. My receipts will be measurable. My receipts will be quantifiable. My receipts will be what's the word I'm looking for? They will be indisputable. So do I walk with a certain kind of do I walk with my chest out? Yes, I do, because I'm a fucking Virgo and I know I'm right. But
Awesome.
but I'm always willing to listen to why people feel the way that they do. And anytime that I'm interviewing somebody either in real life or on the channel and someone's disagreeing with me, the first question out of my mouth is, why do you feel that way? If I have a problem with somebody at work, why do you feel that way? I want you to state your evidence before I come blasting you with mine. Now, if your evidence is weak, or if it's some perceived thing that you have in your head because you have a personality disorder, then I'm going to rip you a new one.
Oh,
But until then, I am genuinely interested in knowing why people feel the way they do. And
exactly.
and I think sometimes it's even kind of, it becomes annoying to other people
Mhm.
because they realize that it's harder to defend feelings than it is to defend facts.
I agree.
And I'm not interested in anyone's feelings because I'm not interested in living in anyone's made up fantasy fucking world that they have in their head because of unresolved trauma or
I
because
agree.
of victim mentality or because of false narratives. Like, you're not going to do that for me,
Right.
but we can talk.
Right. And that's the difference. I appreciate you saying that because I kind of stop it before I even bring the facts. There's no sense to argue with ignorance. So you got to know the difference. Sometimes just allowing them to make a fool of themselves by speaking can always do wonders for what you're trying to do. Whenever I voted for Trump, I liked his business aspect. I watched him on the program. Right,
Mhm.
he was a celebrity, correct? So I enjoyed him as a celebrity. I didn't know his background, so me just explaining this to you, I kind of voted for him because I liked his business aspect. I wanted something different. I wanted to hear the change that he was trying to make, and also I just didn't want to vote for the other person too. So that kind of like being just one of those, right? Like you said, one of the people that are just bringing their emotion. Yeah, I learned that. So thank you for even saying that because sometimes we make decisions off of our emotions that can be detrimental. And having
Oh, my
that.
whole life. I'm the perfect example.
May I ask you a personal question, darling?
Yes, go
Are
ahead.
you biracial?
I'm quadraracial.
Awesome. So am I. I'm like all the other things. But the reason I ask you that is because when I speak to certain people, there's certain things that they don't understand. One thing I found of the way that you look at things is because you are on a lot of sides, you just said, you're able to open up. And I saw that the other day when you were talking about something. I had no idea, I'm not going to lie, but you were so passionate with it. You were giving all the different edges of it. And I'm like, I never thought of it like that. So I'm biracial as well. And like I said, I like to do certain things that people are like, oh, why are you doing that? You got to pick a side. And it's like, no.
I picked the side. I picked the side that the pedos, the commies, and the Satanists are not on.
Okay.
That's the side I pick.
Yes, darling.
Anything else? I mean, I really don't care what you do, what you look like, how much you weigh, what your income bracket is. I don't give two shits.
Period.
There's someone that I actually met this person at a rally in LA when I went viral for being at the Walkaway rally in LA. It was August 8th, 2020. And this person is a disabled, obese, drag queen prostitute. But they love this country because this is the only country in the world where you can be all of those things and have your freedom. You have the freedom to be an obese drag queen prostitute. This person is one of my favorite creators on TikTok. His name is Hog Kitty. He's been banned a couple times, so he's definitely a part of the ban fam. But that's what it's all about. Like I have my whole life I've been nothing but a fuck up. Okay, I've been a chef for 19 years, and now I do something else. I've made vast mistakes as a parent. I've made vast mistakes with money. I've not been the nicest person in the work environment. I'm not good at relationships. It's hard for me to find a boyfriend. Like, there's so many horrible things about me, but I have the freedom to, I had the freedom to live the life I wanted to live. When I wanted to start a business, I started it. When I wanted to be a celebrity chef, I was a celebrity chef. When I wanted to go into corporate dining, I went into corporate dining. When I wanted to have an office in Las Vegas, which I never ended up using, I fucking had it. Okay. When I wanted to sell my food products at the farmer's market, I had the freedom to do it. When I wanted to be in the lifestyle that you were in, I went and fucking did it. When I wanted to make bad choices, I had the freedom to make bad choices. So
Right.
I will protect that.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong or it's good or it's bad. At least I had the fucking freedom to do what I wanted to do. So when these fucking commies want to come in here and tell us, want to take away our rights, no. That's not going to happen on my watch. And I'll die for this flag. I will die for this country. I don't have nothing else to live for other than educating others and trying to be a fucking light and trying to lead the way.
Right.
Okay. But if I can't do that and the feds want to come get me and put a bullet in my head, so be it. I have lived a tragic life, but I have lived a very happy life. I have done things that most people only dream of. I've experienced pleasures most people can only dream of. I have seen parts of the world that most people would never see.
Mm-hmm.
I did it my way. There's that song by Frank Sinatra.
Yep.
I did it my way. And you are not going to take that right from me over some crazy weirdo just fantasy land shit that's going on in people's minds. No.
Right. And I definitely believe that bringing that to the table, sister, you are the revolution. You are the future of what we need to hear. I am old school, so there's certain things that I don't understand. I'm having a problem with, just taking the jag. We call it the jag, but
the juice.
the juice. I'm not drinking the juice.
No Kool-Aid for us.
Yeah. And
Nope.
I'm
Iced
willing
tea
to
only.
die on standing that I don't need it. So I appreciate you even saying that and, sharing, what you do on your channel. I
This is
know
all
that.
you need.
What
This
is
is
that?
all you need, motherfuckers.
All right now.
You take your Zycam every day, you're gonna be fine.
Okay.
That's all you need.
Power to the Zycam. And also, like how you were discussing, like being nothing. So they're making obese okay, and
It's not.
that to me is a definite topic that I would love to, um, sit and listen to if people are talking about it, because I think our health is important. Even if you're skinny, you can be unhealthy. But
Mm-hmm.
being obese is kind of like you said, being brought out to where, how are these heavy set women getting men and then getting ridiculed for how they look when it wasn't the reason that they were with them. It was something that they did. Like you said, if you fix the food, cook the dinner, may never be good enough. He still may cheat on you. So I do agree with you when you were talking of that sort. I don't believe that all, I think people are doing the Black Barbie effect, like you said, but there is an insecurity there as well. Because if she was going in on something that, us women, we already know, we go in on our size, we go in on our looks, we go in on our age, because older woman can be intimidated by a younger woman. We can go into, like, big women are beautiful. We're not saying that they're not. So I like how you broke that down, because that's what I got from that. I didn't think that you were looking at it in that aspect.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No,
So
go ahead.
the only problem that I have with the fat positive movement and the, BBW movement, the only problem that I have is that it stopped being cool. It stopped being realistic when they were conflating beauty with health. Okay. So you can sit here and say, like, I mean, let's be realistic. Okay. And I've done this from research. You were in the lifestyle, so you know a little bit about erotica. Okay. I'm going to assume
Mhm.
you do. Did you know that since the 80s, the number 3 sales in pornography has always been BBW? The
Wow.
number 3 search in pornography has always been BBW. So let's not sit here and say that there is not a physical, that men can't be physically attracted to large women, okay? Let's stop playing that game. Is it desirable for most people? No. Does it usually come hand in hand with some sort of depression or low self-esteem? Yes, it does. Okay? No one is saying that fat bitches are ugly, okay? Cuz I mean, I'm from LA, Oakland, some of the baddest big girls you'll ever see. I mean, bad. Okay? I don't know where you're from. I know the girls in Atlanta are supposedly really beautiful and they big as fuck, right? Country thick, not
Right. Country
city
thick.
thick,
I'm from
country thick.
Pennsylvania. We do
Okay,
skinny.
over 200. At least I'm under 200, thank God. We're talking in the 200s club, okay? You can't sit here and say that a man is not going to want to be with you because of your size. The only problem where they took it too far and where the pendulum swung too far the other way is when they started saying, I'm healthy, like Lizzo. I don't know if you've ever looked at her Instagram. That bitch is damn near naked in all of her pictures. She's totally gross. She's been vegan for 2 years, supposedly. She still ain't losing no weight. She says she's healthy. Tess Holiday, the model, I've actually met her. I met her 10 years ago in LA at a fucking party. I know
Mhm.
I have so many celebrity stories, it's not even funny. Clue knows.
Thank
Clue
you for
knows.
everybody that's subscribed. I appreciate that, guys. I just wanted to say that I appreciate them.
Yeah,
Well, I
thank
would
you
love
guys
to
for
hear your
sharing.
celebrity stories because
Another time, another
yeah,
time. I have
no
so many.
doubt. I
I have
will
so
always
many.
be listening. I've subscribed. So yeah. I mean, because you know what it takes then. Their beauty is so powerful, it's overwhelming. You almost think that you have to be like them. So I'm proud of you for saying, like, I was around them, but I'm still me. You didn't change because of that. And your beauty to me are inside and out. I go inside and out. Come on. If our meat suits fall apart, that's different than us being good inside. So,
Yeah, and I mean, and it's even with the fat positive movement, like I support everyone
mhm,
loving themselves the way that they are. I
right.
think if you want to create improvement, you should create improvement. If the doctor tells you that that you're going to have a heart problem or you're going to need knee replacement surgery or any of these things that come along with obesity, you need to be responsible and address it. If you have low self-esteem because you hate the way you look in the mirror, you need to address it.
Mhm,
Don't try to make the world love you for being fat if you don't genuinely love yourself. Now, there are women that I've met, they genuinely love being fat and they got men in their lives who love it too. So let's just leave them alone and not judge them. But if you want to change, you should change. If you don't want to change, don't fucking complain if people don't like you.
mm,
However, the other point I wanted to make is the dangerous part of the pro fat positive movement and the pro obesity movement
mhm,
is I do think there is an LGBT agenda behind it. I think feminism is a pro LGBT and very destructive um, mindset. Okay. So if women feel like they can be as unattractive as possible and men are still supposed to like them, that
mhm,
is being delusional. Okay. The delusion of it all.
right.
Okay. That kind of delusion is going to drive men to be gay. It just is. You can't sit here and be 400 pounds and have green hair and piercings all in your face and tattoos everywhere and expect an average man to find you attractive and then be angry and hateful when they aren't. You
Mm,
know what I mean? It's a weird line. It's a very weird fine line. So it is destructive. But I think the spirit of it is
mhm,
positive. I just think the execution of it, especially over the past 5 years, is going to be destructive to women everywhere. So I understand what Six was saying in the video in terms of
okay.
don't date if you're fat. I mean, what she really should be saying is don't date if you have low self-esteem and you're codependent.
Right,
That's what she's really trying to say. But instead of being intelligent enough to say that, she wanted to attack this girl's weight when really I mean she's big, but she wasn't that fucking big. I've seen way bigger. She
right.
wasn't that big. She's in the 200s club, but she ain't in the 300s club. You know what I mean?
I've seen some 300 clubs. Talking about they in good health though.
That's
So,
the problem. That's
okay.
delusional.
I mean, I don't
That's
know.
fantasy land. That's
That's
fantasy land.
fantasy. I know, because you could be 80 pounds and not in good health. So I think that with the bigger, I think, yeah, because now that I'm looking at it the way you just said it, was like you said, it's not about the lady's weight, but she went to that first. And I think we do that though. If we're insecure about something, we go to the other person and then try to objectify it to make it look like a bad thing. When in
Mhm.
reality, it's hard to get a man in this new coming age. I'm telling you, it's not like I said. I'm wanting one, but if I'm picky and I'm in a little lane, then how do I get out of that lane when there's so many obstacles in your way trying to get that? I make a joke that my third husband, because I'm definitely on that, I'm going to treat him like my baby, and I'm just going to give him whatever he wants. I'm going to allow him to be the brat. I'm going to allow him to be, who he needs to be. But then when I started thinking about that, wouldn't I lose myself trying to please that type of man? That's a lot of behavior. So then I sat back and said, well, like how you were saying, did the man want you to be more controlling? I like controlling men. I use my masculinity a lot. So I'm trying to work on the feminine part, right? And be more submissive, right? And maybe like keep my mouth shut when I normally would have said something. Yeah, I get that part. But how can you even start to do that when, like you said, the beauty's out there? I'm an older woman, so the age is a factor. The big booties and the big breasts, the fake things are coming into play.
But
So
real guys don't want that. So we just need to find where the real guys.
where the
Do you
real
think?
guys
Do you
are.
think a man? Do you think a man that makes $100,000 a year wants to be in a relationship with a woman who is going to, for the upkeep of keeping her happy, is going to require 50% of that money while you're dating, let alone not even married?
Mm,
I don't need the six-figure guy, okay? And to
mm,
be honest with you, most men probably only make 20 to $30,000 more a year than I do, to be honest. Okay? So honestly, we're all kind of in the same boat. I have my own shit. I pay my own shit. I would love to be the hot housewife. I would love to be able to sit at home and put on makeup every fucking day like Six the Goddess does and have my hair did and my nails did every fucking day. I would love that. But until I find that, the realistic truth is that we're all kind of in the same boat and nobody's really all that much better than anybody else.
correct.
These men that complain about us are not that much fucking better. Okay. And the ones that do want the plastic surgery and the BBLs, what kind of relationship do you think they're going to have? Do you think a woman that gets all of that stuff, you think one or two surgeries is ever going to be enough?
Right.
What's next? Okay, now she wants a facelift. You got to pay for it. Now she wants a nose job. You got to pay for it. Now she needs to get her Botox every 3 months. Now you got to pay for it.
Mm,
Does a guy making $80,000-$90,000 a year, does he want to deal with that shit, or does he want a girl that he can come home, drink a couple beers, eat some fucking tacos, have some wild ass sex and go to sleep? Like that's
okay.
all I'm looking for.
That's not asking for much then. I know that's right.
To me, you know what my perfect date, like if a man wanted to take me on a date here in Austin and I can
Okay.
plan it, don't take me to Ruth Chris. Don't take me to Laura. Okay? Let's go to the river. Let's rent a kayak, grab some burgers and a six-pack and fucking talk.
Right.
That's the perfect first date.
Right.
And I'll show you a little skin and I get to see a little of your skin and we can know what we're working with
Right.
and just fucking talk.
Exactly.
That's all I want. But that's even, men are assuming we want them to be a certain way and we're assuming they want us to be a certain way. And the truth is, in reality, it ain't even fucking like that.
Right.
There's a guy, I'm gonna admit something very disgusting. I'm just gonna say it, okay?
Okay.
And you guys can see how open-minded I am.
I was gonna say, oh boy, here we go.
There's this British dude that I follow on Instagram,
Okay.
and he's a bodybuilder, and he is so handsome, but he has cerebral palsy. I'd fuck the shit out of him. He's so fucking.
I'm done with you.
I'm open-minded. Like, damn. Like, there are sometimes you think you have a type, and then
Yes.
you meet somebody, and they just blow your mind. Like, they're just so different from
Mhm.
what anything you would ever consider. But it's just like, damn. I mean, and not only that, I've dated two people that were deaf in my
Okay, my
past.
son is deaf.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
he's 25. He's deaf.
You know, there are certain things that I don't judge your humanity or your value as a human being by the standards that people would think that I would.
Okay.
I judge you by how you act on a daily basis. Are you pleasant to be around? Are we having conversation? Are we connecting? Or is it just a bunch of fucking check boxes? Like Kevin Samuels has all these check boxes, and Six the Goddess has all these check boxes. And you know, are we all feeling each? You can find someone that fills all of your check boxes, and they be a complete piece of shit.
Yep. Yep. I did that. He made 180,000 a year, girl, drives nice cars, owns lots of land, and I broke up with him. And it was the worst thing that ever happened to him because he couldn't take that ego hit. But I couldn't take the stress that he brought. I wasn't perfect enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Oh,
on
okay.
top of
So
he needed
someone here, Rashida, why don't you jump in and we can discuss your comment? I
Oh,
actually
she's
would like.
asking, do you respond to the chat? Rashida is part of my community. Shout out to Rashida Savage Show. She
Let
does
her
really
come.
good stuff.
Rashida, hop on
Yeah,
in
come
and
on,
let me
Rashida,
answer your
because
question.
she's very intelligent and she
Hmm.
likes topics. So I would never set a low standard on a first date.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so here's the thing, Rashida. Just like we as women can irritate men, I am a very irritable person. Okay, I don't fucking like a lot of people. There are certain people who I vibe with, and there's a lot of people who I don't. And you see, when you get to know somebody in an easy, calm, non pressure way, you can sit here and say that I'm setting the standard too low. But here's the difference. Maybe I don't want to fucking spend that much time with him either. And maybe I don't want him taking me on a $300 dinner and then expecting sex when I don't want to give it, especially, you know, that I'm abstinent until I find somebody that I really like. Okay. So that's my answer to you. Okay. $300 dinners or for the once I even decide if I want to be in your presence, once I even decide if I even want to kiss you. That's when we can go out. That's when I can put on, you know, my hot dresses and my heels and my makeup and blow his ass out of the water with how good I look when I'm done up. But I don't feel like getting done up on the first date. Okay? Jeans, sweater, okay? I want to know I'm sure most men would appreciate knowing how tall their woman really is. Okay? So I'm not going to wear heels on the first date. I'm not going to be uncomfortable before I even know if I even like this person. I'm not I'm too old for that. So am I setting my standards low? Hell yeah, I'm setting my standards low. You know why? Because I'm authentic and I want to have authentic connection. And if I go out with somebody, I don't want the pressure of being all done up and him spending a bunch of money to prove to me that he's a real man. Okay? How he proves to me that he's a real man is whether or not the motherfucker can speak intelligently, make good moral decisions, make good life choices, you know, and how he communicates with me, what his mindset is about the world around him. Okay? I'm not looking for the six-figure dude. I'm not. Okay? I'm totally comfortable in a Toyota. We don't need a Lexus.
You definitely have that right.
Okay.
I'm taking more of the Lincoln Navigator, not the Lexus.
In between.
Just saying.
In between. In between.
I mean, but no, I mean, I could agree to disagree with both aspects of it because it, like, you don't want to lower your standards. You don't want to, like, say, normally I would do this, so I'm going to just go ahead and wing it on, you know, some type of low level. But the things that money can't buy are very precious to me. So I think it's an individual type of situation for us women as we get older or as you mature into what you're really wanting from a relationship. Sometimes when me lowering my standards, not so much in the money aspect, but maybe the standards that I have on my checklist.
Okay,
I had
Rashida's here. Let's bring her in. Hi,
Yes.
Rashida. Welcome to Red Pill Radio.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. Hello. Nice to meet you too. Yeah, I told, hey, Janet.
Hi, darling.
Hi, darling. I totally get where you're coming from. Hey, boo-boo. The thing with me is this. I feel like as women, we need to set a standard for these men, right? And at the same token, I get what you're saying. You're saying that you want the date to be authentic or whatever have you. But at the same token, when you first meet someone, right, you want them to give you 100%, right? I'm not going to date someone and expect 50% from them. The way you start a relationship is the way the relationship will go, right? So if I meet a gentleman, you're not taking me to McDonald's. We're not walking in the park. You're going to gather your coins together and you're going to show me a good time because I'm deserving of that, because I'm a high quality woman, period.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a high quality woman, so
shut up. You are.
Explain that. Oh, thank you, darling. But
Is
like,
it working
I do
out
like
for you,
to
though?
walk in the park.
Because if it is, I want to know. Sorry, Rashida, how is it? I mean, I see your profile picture. You're wearing pearls. You're standing in front of a private jet, I assume. Are you in the circles? Are you in the circles that of men that are making that kind of money?
Okay, so first thing is I'm not single. I am married. I've been married for a very long time, right? Okay. Yeah. So I feel like as far as the circles that I am in is people that's equally yoked to myself, right? I'm a business owner. People look at my profile, they see what I'm about. I own different businesses. I cannot expect a man that's making over 100, 200,000 to be interested in me if I'm not bringing that to the table. So I just want to make that very clear. You understand what I mean? I can't expect that from a man if I can't bring that to the table myself. And I just said, as far as women, especially women of a certain age, I feel like we need to up the bar a bit, right? When you're 20 years old, yes, a Starbucks date and Danish at McDonald's is cool when you're 20, but when you're 35, 40 years old, this is somebody you may want to build a life with. So let's not start at the bottom and accept anything. Let's have standards.
But I don't like a lot of people's fucking, like, I guess I'm just interpersonally, I just don't like everybody. And I don't want that type of, I don't want to be stuck at a fucking dinner table at Ruth Chris, sitting across the table with somebody whose presence I don't want to be in. I would rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. But would you rather be at a table at Ruth Chris eating a nice steak, or you rather be at McDonald's wasting your time having the same type of feeling?
I never said that at a certain point in the relationship, I won't have expectations of what the man should and should not pay for.
Right.
I never said that. I just said I prefer first dates to be very casual and just for me to assess whether or not this is somebody who I would ever want to spend time with and get a second date. Now, with that being said, you said you were married for a long time. Describe the first date that you had with your husband. I'd love to hear it.
Cool.
Oh, wow. This is so long ago. This is so long ago. You know what's so funny? We went to...
You got to defend your position. So go ahead and tell me.
No, absolutely.
How did you guys meet? And tell me every detail of your first date.
Absolutely. We met in downtown Brooklyn about, I want to say 18 years ago. We had a conversation. He gave me his phone number. We exchanged numbers. We went to this place called the Polo restaurant. I think it was a Polo restaurant in Manhattan. We ate there. We had a good time. That's it. And we built from there. You know what I mean? He set the tone of the date. He set the tone of the relationship. I didn't ask him to take me to a specific restaurant. When he saw me and he saw the level and the caliber of woman that I am and was, he knew automatically he had to step his game up. And he knew that in order to show interest in me, he had to show some type of coin, period. You understand what I mean? So that was the way I was able to ascertain at that point that was the type of person I wanted to be with. I feel like if you meet someone at the 50% mark, 2 months into the relationship, they're not going to go 100% and give you everything you want because you accepted that first date that was low level. How are you going to ask him to go to Honolulu if you went to the Bronx Zoo on the first date? I'm just being facetious, but I'm just saying. You understand what I mean? So you have to meet a man at a level that you want him to be at and elevate. You can't just say, well, we can walk in the park. I'm not walking in the park with you. I'm a woman of a certain age. Go do that with the college kids. Go do that with someone who doesn't have bills to pay. Go do that with them. But as a grown woman in your 30s, 40s, and beyond, you need to set a standard for any man you want to be with, period.
And that's a true point, because I like how she said she wants to do the simple thing and see if they can actually do it. I'm kind of feeling that, Rashida, because I did the fast lane. I did the, I'm making this so much, and I wanted that caliber of man, but then I lost myself too in that. So I'm trying to find a balance. And I like that you guys are both sharing the balance here, because Rashida is definitely saying that does matter to her. And those are the standards that she wants, where that's more like how you are a businesswoman. That's how you're doing your life. With me, I've done the business, and I'm really not interested in a business type of effect. I want the laid back guy. I want the guy that just kind of goes to work. If I want to go out on a expensive restaurant, trust and believe I'm going to make him take me.
Yeah, me too.
I want to see if
Absolutely.
he can take that walk in the park.
Absolutely.
I want to have that time that he has to focus on paying attention.
But I want to play devil's advocate. Sure. You use the action word make, right? You shouldn't have to make anyone do anything. He should know that you're a high caliber woman, and he knows anytime he steps out with you, he's going to give you the best of the best because you're deserving of that. You don't have to make anyone do anything.
I understand what you're saying. Yes, because that may have been the wrong term, just for the fact that
wrong vernacular. That's fine.
You would know what I would expect. So thank you for clearing that up, Rashida, because I want. How do I explain? I kind of want a more of emotional connection than the financial way, because I did it that way before and it didn't work for me.
Yeah, and I've done it too, and it hasn't worked for me. Like money had no bearing on the interpersonal connection that there was. It didn't.
Right. But she was able to get it on both aspects. So if I could get it on both aspects, I'm not going to turn it down.
Right, but we can't. But what we're
$180,000 a year, and he likes this simple old woman, then fine.
Okay, well, let me play. Hold on, I want to play devil's advocate for the men. 1 second. Let me play devil's advocate for the men. What about the men who have been conditioned to be gentlemen, and they meet a woman, and they do take her out for the steak dinner the first night? What if she's a piece of shit?
Oh boy.
now he's wasted his time and his money on a woman whose presence he doesn't even want to be in. So what do you see how maybe
I would love Rashida to answer that.
Yeah, please.
That was a good one though. Like on the
again, I get what you're saying, right? But at the same token, that's why I deal with men that's on my level, right? I'm a college graduate. I have a master's. I own several businesses.
Correct.
If you're going to cry about a steak dinner, you're not the type of man I need to be around, period. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that's it. That's it. It's a meal. It's a meal. Ruth Chris is what...
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I hear you. But for me, and again, this is what I know you weren't here in the beginning of the video, but I said it implicitly. I said, we have been listening to all these people who have set up all these fucking rules. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Kevin Samuels says this. The millionaire matchmaker says this. This dating coach says this. Everybody's saying something different, but nobody's looking at the individual. I am a chef. I have worked for Zagat rated restaurants, James Beard awarded restaurants, and fucking all the fine dining that you could ever do. For someone like me, I can make that shit at home. I've shucked over 20,000 oysters in my career. I've cooked for the Raiders. I've cooked for the Oakland A's. I've cooked for the Chancellor of Cal Berkeley. I've cooked for so many celebrities I can't even name it. Okay, so let's just look at the individual. I'm just looking at Jenny.
It is.
Any restaurant that a man takes me to, I personally am not going to be that fucking impressed with, because I can make the damn food myself. I've worked at these. I've worked at some of the. Listen, out of the top 50 chefs in San Francisco who were named the top 50 chefs in 2015, I have been employed by 5 of them. So I personally, maybe you need the fancy dinner to prove to you how he feels about you. I personally don't. I need a man that I know can go to the river, go to the lake, go camping. I'm an outdoorsy type of girl. So for me, it is not a requirement. For you, it is. You don't want any dirt underneath your nails. I've run Spartans. I don't mind getting dirty. Okay, so I need a man who is not going to try to make me be the fucking trophy girl when that's not who I naturally am. I want the man who's going to come home. We're going to watch Star Wars. We're going to watch football. We're going to fuck all night. He's going to slap my ass. And then we're going to get up in the morning. I'm going to give him a blowjob. We're going to take a shower. I'm going to make his lunch. I'm going to go to work. He's going to go to work. And then the next day we're going to do it again. That's what I'm looking for. I don't need... You are on that level, so I understand why you require those things. Okay. Right. What I require is, can I trust you? Can I talk to you? And do I enjoy your fucking company? Do you irritate me? So that's like my standard. Your standard is, I need him to prove, because I'm a business owner and I make X amount of dollars. I need him to prove to me that he's on my level. Well, that's your level. My level is blue collar, patriotic, loving alpha, throw me around the bedroom and not cheat on me. You know what I mean? And if you think those standards are too low, then guess what? I guess my standards are too low. But
so you're taking what I said, pardon me, you're taking literally a sentence, what I said, and you're paraphrasing it and you're creating a narrative. I didn't say anything was wrong with what you're saying at all. I didn't say that at all. Right?
Yeah,
so
let's be clear. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I just wanted to just kind of interject on your live. I'm not, I didn't say any of the things that you said, right? I don't want a man to cheat on me. I want a man to, treat me like a lady, XYZ. I think what we're doing right there, we're confusing finance and emotion. They're 2 different things. Now, everything that you said that you want in a man, I have that in a man. I would like that in a man. The only difference is you say money doesn't matter. Are you in a relationship right now?
No.
Okay, so maybe, and I'm just saying this because we're having a conversation, sometimes we need to do a bit of self-reflection, because if we're doing the same thing over and over and we're not getting the result we want, maybe we need to kick it up a notch. Believe it or not, these men who sit here, these men will sit here and be like, oh, I want a woman that's laid back. I want a woman with, whatever. And they are lying. They want a certain woman that they're aesthetically pleased with. They want a woman that's intelligent. Yeah. They want a woman that's able to create her own income, right? And if a man really wants you, and I don't care about a steak dinner. I don't even eat red meat, right? But really, but I feel like a man, if he's really interested in you, and it's not all about money, but I'm using an example. Right. He'll work 3 jobs just to make you happy. You understand what I mean? And I'm not saying that we're out here trying to use men. I'm not saying that at all. Because when I came on here, I told you I make my own money. But I feel like as women of a certain age, we need to set standards. If you let a guy take you fishing, he's always going to take you fishing. He's never taking you out on a nice vacation. You're not having that because you set the bar low when you met him, period. That's all I'm saying. I can be wrong.
And My
you have a right to your opinion.
well, you're married and I'm not, so I'm not going to argue with it anymore.
No, we all have a right to our opinion.
I guess I can't.
Makes a good debate, so I
I
appreciate
love it. I love it. Thank you so much for
I
having
you
me.
like her.
What?
She's actually a conservative, Rashida, so we have to respect her
I'm somewhat conservative as well. Yeah.
well, some
Yeah,
people
I'm a black Republican. Yeah, so yeah, people have a problem with me with that too. So yeah, but I enjoy your show. I have subscribed. Janet, thank you for sharing it because that's how I found it.
Awesome.
And I'm sorry if I come, I'm a New Yorker. I'm from Brooklyn. So people think that when I talk, I'm mad. I'm not. I'm just passionate. And I actually like your vibe because that's the type of vibe I'm on.
I don't think that. I like New Yorkers because I'm very blunt. I'm a chef. I'm very blunt, so I get along.
You give New York vibes
really
though.
well.
You give New York vibes though. I think it's your attitude. You give New York vibes.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
She does.
That's why I liked her. She don't hold back, sister. She just kind of tells it like she feels it.
Yes, you are very beautiful. What are you? You look like a Native American or Hawaiian or something. Yeah, she looks like
all of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very well. Listen, guys, you see this beautiful woman on the market. Come correct and don't come at all.
I know that's right. Now we can all agree on that. That's
yes,
right.
I'm gonna hop down and go feed the kitties.
Yes,
I'm in the chat though.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Hey. Oh, love you. I like when she does her lives too. She brings good content. I like the realness and appreciate you. Again.
Oh my God! I just got suspended on TikTok again. Damn. I can't stop getting suspended on TikTok. Let me go ahead. Hold on. Let me go ahead and appeal this. I guess I shouldn't have said what I said about what I want in the morning.
Oh no.
But TikTok, I've been banned so many times, it's not even funny. You can get banned for anything, really.
On TikTok?
Adult nudity and sexual activities.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Damn, they got my ass.
Oh, maybe it was my face. They thought it was my butt.
No. The phone has been pointed at me. Nothing has been pointed at the screen. No, but this happens to me all the fucking time. It always does. I'm always in trouble on TikTok. Let's see if I can post. Live access is suspended until the 1st of fucking February?
Tuesday.
All right, so it's only a 3-day suspension. That's fine. I usually get 2-week suspensions. So this one's okay. Let me see if I can post though. Let me see.
She's like taking it on like a soldier.
I have 2 TikTok accounts. I'll just go to the other one.
But yeah, thank you, Rashida, for your thoughts. I appreciate her. I've known her for a while in the communities, and we're just, again, trying to be able to have good debates and have an understanding. And like you said, you can take her side of how she feels as a woman. We take my side, your side. But I'm glad that we're at least able to talk about it in a professional manner, because I'm kind of nervous about getting back out there. And again, I'm so used to the big dates.
Right.
I'm so used to the going on a trip and then.
Okay, so I can still post videos. I just can't live stream. So they didn't get my account totally. They only got my live. So we're good. I'm sorry. What were you saying? I wasn't listening. Could you repeat what you were saying?
No worries. Just kind of, I was talking to everyone in general, but just thanking Rashida for coming. I've known her for a while, and she's really good with like she said, speaking and allowing, other people's opinions to matter, kind of getting, something out of it. She was able to express herself. We all did it professionally. I've been in a lot of drama streams where people are cursing and disrespecting each other. I don't think we're learning from that. I think, like I said, even being and listening to both of you guys, I've been on her side where, I did do that. It didn't work for me. So I like how you said in personal. Each relationship, each takeaway that you do, it will be different. I'm still trying to balance that because, like you said, I want the man that does the simple things. I'm so used to the ones pulling up with the nice car. And there wasn't really value in that for me. If I picked up in a nice car, I could understand. So I've been there. But like in the end, what I'm looking for now is more of a spiritual, physical, emotional connection, all in one that guarantees longevity.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm not trying to keep dating and dating and dating, and then eventually I'll be the cat lady. And no, I'm gonna figure it out. And a lot of it could be me. I really realized that, being honest, I wasn't able to submit or surrender. So then when I did, it was to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I think Rashida was kind of saying. Like, we don't want to lower our standards too low, where the guy is like, just our little puppets and we're kind of playing around. Do you ever notice that with like your masculinity side? You'll take charge of everything because everything has to be.
Well, I won't. I'll leave the relationship if I have to be the one that handles the logistics and does all the math and manages the ledger and if I have to babysit him,
right,
it's not going to happen. You'll get 2 or 3 weeks of my time and then I'll tell you to go fuck yourself. I will not babysit. I have to do it in my professional life. I will not do it in my personal life. I just won't. If I have to tell you how to do basic shit in life, you can leave. Period.
But will you know that on the simple date? So let's go down that little rabbit hole and then I'm going to jump off. I'm working on my mental health out here. So I like to enjoy myself and then disconnect. So I'll be in the chat room listening. But,
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh.
I think this has been an incredible conversation. I really enjoyed
Awesome.
it. I would. Oh, you're so pretty. Stop.
I know. I just feel like I look a mess. So thank you for even allowing me to have the camera off. Because normally I keep it on.
Guys like that. The boys
little
love it.
insecurities we're working on. So
I ain't insecure anymore. I got acne.
Well, it's not even that. It's just that when I turn it on, people like to clip and cut me and then make jokes about it. So they're like not taking it and doing it in a positive manner. So like I said, I still kind of have some anxieties while going to people's panels. And then they're like, who's this crazy lady? And maybe I got anxiety because I'm just the nice old lady that's, again, trying to understand. I love people. I've done customer service for so many years. And one thing, when the pan hit, I wasn't able to service people like I normally did. So I find that when we have these intellectual conversations, that we're able to grow and learn something. And I really liked yours today. Like I said, I'm single, choosing it, but I'm actually trying to get back out there in the lane. Not really sure where I want to go. So I definitely appreciate you saying that you want that canoe first date. Because I feel like if I'm dating online, I want a proper first date online. How does that take place? Well, listening to you, it's kind of more of the simple things that I'm looking for. So I'm definitely not going to lower my standards, but I'm definitely going to have guidelines for it so that I'm not looking thirsty, I think the children say, or needy.
Right. Desperate. Yeah. Well,
And
I mean, we'll find our way.
What you were saying to your first date, how are we going to get a lot out of the first date? Because they say first impressions matter, but with everything kind of going on, and you're putting that person, okay.
You know why? Because motherfuckers lie so much. Men lie, women lie. Everybody's lying. So why spend a bunch of money and waste a bunch of time to find out 6 weeks later this person's a fucking liar? I just can't. I do expect to be treated a certain way, but it's not with the finances. It's with the interpersonal behavior.
Correct.
Is this guy opening the door, and not just on the first date. Okay? If he doesn't even open the door on the first date, bye. Bye. I have other KPIs. I have other key performance indicators that will let me know what kind of individual this is, that don't require spending money. But if Rashida is at the six-figure level and I'm not looking for anyone who's at the six-figure level, it's the little things. Okay, something's wrong. Can you come over and fix it? Or are you such a rich motherfucker that you can't come over and do those simple things? You know what I mean?
Right.
My love language is action. Her love language is gifts.
Or reciprocation of the same level. Because, like, again, she has her own gifts. She had her own money. So we don't want to interpret that she only wants gifts. I didn't hear that.
No,
I
no, no,
just
no.
hear that the status that she's on, she's keeping that
I'm
level
not
for.
there.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm not
maybe
either.
when I make $150,000 a year,
Mhm.
then that would put me in a different tax bracket and I would have different access to different men. But I'm not in that tax bracket. I'm in the $80,000 a year tax bracket here, okay?
Gotcha.
So if I don't own any jewelry, I don't have red bottoms, I've never owned a Coach purse, a Birkin bag, Jimmy Choo shoes. I don't dress that way. So I am not going to try to pursue someone who expects um those things of me, because I don't expect those things of myself.
Right. And that's kind of, like I said, the different women that are up here. To me, it was just knowledge and understanding, because she was saying in her walk, in a way that she's, financially okay, that there are certain standards for her in that area. I'm lower than your tax bracket.
Exactly.
So I'm not saying that I wouldn't like a man higher than my tax bracket, or even yours, or even Rashida's. But what does that entail when you are on different tax brackets? So
Mhm.
that's just one of the key things that I don't want us to just take away, that, like Rashida was saying, that, her man makes the same, probably more money that she does, but around that. But the fact that he did exactly what she wanted him to do when they first met up. So I feel like that's kind of equally
But
what you're
I've
saying.
had rich guy. Listen, I've dated celebrities. I lived in Vegas for 2 years. I grew up in LA. I've had rich guys take me on those fancy first dates.
Mhm.
But what they expect in return is not what I want to give. If they want me to be a project to them where they can send me to the doctor and get me the surgeries and pay for the lipo and pay for my dermatologist, okay, great. That's awesome. I would love to be your hot wife and stay at home. But the realistic thing is, the realistic truth
For
is, I
you,
don't meet men. I'm not in that tax bracket. I don't meet men that are going to make me their fucking pet project. I'm not looking for a man who wants to finance my makeover or finance some little side business that I'm um
well, what
coming
if
up
it's
with.
not even financing but supporting? Because I would think two people, and just using Miss Rashida, knowing what she does, it's kind of, it has to be individual. It really does, because her situation, he's not forcing that change. But my 180,000 guy, he did. He wanted that change. He would have bought the boobs. He would have bought you know what I mean? He would have forced that, and I didn't want to be the trophy. So I totally understand what you're saying, but not every situation is like that. So again, I don't have enough money. Like, if I was making 180,000 a year and I'm okay with myself, he's making that, he's okay. These are individual situations to me,
Mhm.
that we have to definitely just look at, because um with the fact that, I wanted to tell you, he actually did a surgery and he stretched his bones, and he did that off of feeling like women wanted taller men. So he didn't care that I liked him for his size because he makes so much and he's so obsessed with himself, darling, and that trophy thing that we were talking about. He did it to himself to make himself feel better about what other people think. So I really believe individuality on what we're really willing to accept. If I had a high maintenance man, then and I'm not high maintenance, that's not going to work out. So let's, like you said, let's keep that reality. I used to be a high maintenance woman. I no longer am that high maintenance woman. So I don't believe I'm setting a low standard, but I do agree with her. I'm not going to set them low just to get somebody. I'm going to take my time, my personal journey, and do what feels right to me.
Right.
And I like the things that money can't buy. That's just me.
Right. And I'm not interested in being with anyone who's unemployed. That's for
let's talk
damn
about
sure. Your ass is gonna go to work every day. That
Let's
is for
talk
damn
about-
sure. I never said I'm not looking to be a sugar mama to anybody. But I need to know where you work. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That is something that I need that I need in order for me to be respectful and submissive. I need to be with a man who fucking works. And no, he cannot make less money than I do. Absolutely not. He needs to be on my level. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. But, I think that rich guys like to go camping too. So
let's hope so, right?
rich guys like to swim too, okay? Rich guys like to swim in the river. What's wrong with
your
that?
compatibility thing. I agree with that. I do. And as I listen to you, and appreciate you listening to me and taking your time out to even have this convo with me.
This was fun. This was absolutely fun. I hope you stay in touch, and please follow me on. Are you on Instagram?
I'm really not. Like, I'm on there, but I'm not. But what I'll do is when I jump off, I'll just add you. It still should be Empress Janet on there.
Okay.
But I do my shows and then I kind of disengage. I'm trying to stay away from the social medias. Someone made a fan page, a hate fan page about me. So just trying to mentally change the way I move on here. So.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love your hair.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll follow you, and thank you for your time. And shout out to your
thank you for
daughter.
being here. You added so much vibrancy to the conversation.
Oh, thanks. I try, but like I said, I like good energy. I like us to be able to have a good debate, a good conversation, get to know people. People are trying to do good topics on their show. I feel like that's something that we all can agree to disagree. We don't all have to agree on it, but allowing to speak our piece about it. So thank you again, darling. And
darling.
Yes, darling. I wanted to tell you that I do surf the UK. So if you happen to see any UKers here,
I love them. I love them. I actually went viral in the UK because of Tommy Robinson.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Are you serious?
So I have fans all around the world.
Awesome, you universal girl. I heard about this Tommy Robinson.
Oh, yes.
Is it a good or bad thing? I might need an interview on this one.
Tommy Robinson is just fighting for his freedom, just like we all are.
Okay. He's not a racist?
Not by my standards.
Okay.
No.
He's not.
He likes me. He can't
What'd
be
you say? He likes you. We don't qualify, girl. Be quiet. It's like, I'm just playing. No, I just heard, so I don't know. But like I heard a lot about him through the people that I've been on their channel. So
well, you can make that decision for yourself. Is he brazen with the truth about what the Islamic community is doing to England? Yes, he is very brazen about it, but he has the receipts. So I'm not going to argue. I don't argue with receipts. I can't. I can argue with feelings. I can't argue with receipts. And based on what a lot of my fans have said about England with the terrorism and the way that it's very easy to just slap that label of, oh, he's Islamophobic. But when you see how these Syrian refugees are destroying entire communities and how the crime rate is going up, I'm not going to argue with that. We might not like it. We might not be comfortable with it. We might not like how he says what he says. But when he's constant, you can't argue with. It's just like when people have the immigration, when immigration comes up. You know, I've never hated people from south of the border. I don't have a problem with people from south of the border. But if you want specifics on how they affect the restaurant industry, how they affect the wages in the restaurant industry, how they affect the hiring process in the restaurant industry, how they affect crime in certain neighborhoods that I've lived in, I got the receipts. Like, you can't argue with me on that. There is an effect. So
I understand.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. So it was good to have you here. And I want to say goodnight to all the ragers that are still here in the conversation. And y'all have a good night. And I'm going to get off social media too, because I have a book that I'm reading, and I want to make sure I'm reading every single day. It's important to read books every single day. Everybody should be having, 15 to 30 minutes where you're focusing on something other than the fucking phone and the computer,
Correct.
Get back to the basics.
I know that's right. Well, you have a good night, darling, and take care, guys, in the channels. I'll be out there watching and always listening. And if you have another topic, I'll come back. I'll be there. Sometimes I just like to be in the bushes, darling.
I feel like me and you, we could be the American Ab Fab. Like, we could be Patsy and Adina. Sweetie darling. Sweetie darling.
Sweetie darling, let us tell you something. This is the Matrix, and you're caught in the Twilight Zone.
Good night.
All right, good night.